Good morning,
Newtopia Now.
Hi, I'm Nancy Coulter-Parker. I'm the Director of Content Marketing at New Hope Network.
And hello, my name is Jenna Fitch. I'm our Senior Director of Community and Conference Content at New Hope.
And I am Bill Giebler. I am Content and Insights Director with New Hope's Nutrition Business Journal.
And I'm Victoria Cameron. I am the web editor for newhope.com, and I take care of all of the editorial content that goes on our website and in our newsletters.
So what is Newtopia Now?
I'll take that one.
Okay.
I'm really excited about this. This is one of the things I'm really passionate about is community building and relationship development. I think we heard loud and clear from our community that for this brand new event, the value proposition is around relationship building and matchmaking. So if you are a buyer that wants to come to Newtopia Now, we are going to have, I was literally just looking at our list of all of the different matchmaking opportunities that are going to happen on site, from Conscious Connections Plus. We've got a ton of thematic and audience-based meetups happening. We've got speed networking that we're going to facilitate. I would say there's a marketplace where you can check out new products and connect with brands, in addition to the booths on the show floor that many of us are traditionally used to. So if I had to sum up Newtopia, I would say everything is about helping you to develop the relationships that you need to be successful in your business. Whether you're a buyer, a brand, an investor, you're leading a nonprofit organization, we've got a place for you to meet the people you need to.
So Victoria is going to be the one posting all of our great content before and after the show. And then we're going to talk today about what's happening at Newtopia Now. Bill, can you tell me what neighborhoods are at Newtopia Now?
Yeah, what's a neighborhood? Should we?
That's a good question.
Right.
Okay, right.
So, but I'll tell you, there's 4 neighborhoods. One is Thrive, and that's the one I know best. I'll be emceeing the Thrive stage in the Thrive neighborhood. We've got Represent, we've got Regenerate, and we've got Glow.
And I will be on the Regenerate stage.
I will be a fellow Regenerate. I will also be on the Regenerate stage.
So some of the things that we know that are happening, like in the different areas or different neighborhoods, we know that we have like fireside chats, we have stage takeovers. What else do we have going on, Jenna? We've got a lot.
What don't we have?
I know.
Yeah, we've got lots of education. We've got insights for retailers that we'll be covering.
You've been running conference content for a long time. Have we ever done anything like a stage takeover at the expos?
Maybe if you've been to something like Natural Products Expo, you've attended something called an exhibitor-presented seminar or hosted education session that Nancy's team might have been part of. These are a chance for our exhibitors and our amazing all-star brands and leaders within the industry to get up on stage and tell us a little bit more about them. If there's a topic they're really interested in, if there's research they've been doing, if they have new product launches that we need to know about, that's those places for those. And so the stage takeovers at Newtopia Now are going to be great. Like, we're going to get to hear from amazing all-star brands like Carlson Labs. We've got Makina. We've got definitely Dr. Bronner's, Savannah Bee. Those are just a few. Radical Science. There's a ton. We're really excited. So this is their chance to get up on stage and tell us what's happening at Newtopia. What are they excited to present from their booths? Why do we need to know about their products and their company? So it'll just be a cool way, like, kind of like if you're familiar with a TED style, like a TED Talk, like we'll hear some of those.
And that's what I think I'm actually really excited about Newtopia Now for the change in the way we do content. Like, it's not so much like sit down in the conference room, and have the big presentation. It's more of these.
What's wrong with that, Nancy?
No, which I do organize, but I think those are great. But I do think this is meant to be more interactive, like shorter presentations, and really sort of engaging our retailers and our brands and having much more of a conversation between groups and facilitating conversation, which I
love it too. And it's right there on the floor.
Right.
In the neighborhood. So there's these 4 neighborhoods that I mentioned, and they each have these different concepts that bring in product categories, but also company ethos, driving them into one of the neighborhoods. And then in that neighborhood, there's a stage with conference content about that neighborhood. And over here, there's the other. And so that feels really fresh to me from the show floor to the conference. It's all really fresh stuff.
But we also have a lot of opportunities for connections outside of the show, outside of the convention center. On Sunday, we're going to have events at CSU Spur, where there will be Naturally brands presenting their goods. We have happy hours for each neighborhood. And don't miss this, we will be offering yoga at Red Rocks even if you don't do yoga, you've got to go to Red Rocks.
We'll also have dine-arounds for each neighborhood at night. I think that's happening on Monday night. The different neighborhoods are hosting different dinners at restaurants in town. And I know this was discussed by our colleagues another time, but we do have in the regenerate space, some of the local chefs are talking, and one of them is Kelly Whitaker, and we just found out that she won as the National Restaurateur.
James Beard Foundation named him the Restaurateur of the Year. So
across the nation,
really
he's going to be
fantastic.
speaking. I wish he was cooking for all of us. At the show.
Well, that's forget speaking. Mouths are for eating.
Can you just bring some food for us? He has Basta Restaurant here in Boulder, where New Hope has its headquarters, and I used to drop over there every Tuesday night, and I'm not so sure I'll be able to anymore because I won't afford it. I won't be able to afford it.
And his restaurant, the Wolf's Tailor in Denver, was just given a Michelin star, and it's fantastic. And Kelly's been really committed to sustainability in his restaurants for years, and so it's an honor.
And they're going to talk about
deserved.
Sort of on the theme of the show, just how the trends that they see and how those are coming in, to the brands and what's happening at the brand level. And so obviously they're in the regenerate space. I will also be moderating a session in the regenerate space, basically about all the different initiatives that are happening. It's for retailers, kind of how to talk about all the different things that are happening in the organic space and regenerative space. And we have Matt Dillon from the Organic Trade Association, Elizabeth Candelero from Mad Ag, Elizabeth Whitlow from ROC from the Regenerative Organic Alliance, Courtney Pinot from Climate Collaborative, and Ryan and Tana Vertner
so
from
excited
Smoketown.
to hang out with Ryan.
So they're coming in, and Anthony Crisaro is going to be moderating that session. It's just going to be, there's so much happening in that space that I'm really excited to hear that session.
So we're also doing this thing called buyer side chats, right? Which is a fairly new concept, and they'll essentially be panels as well, right? And it's a great opportunity to hear from buyers at some of the key retailers. We've got Target, we've got Ulta even, we've got Whole Foods, we've got Vitamin Shop, Sprouts, Fresh Time, Earth Fair. We've got a lot of really great retailers who are going to be on stage telling you what they're looking for. This is a key opportunity for brands to hear from the buyers. Here's what we need. Here's what we're looking for. Here's how you pitch it. Here's how you get your products to us. So really great stuff there too.
And I've been vegetarian for a very long time. I'm personally very excited to hear from Earth Fair and Plant-Based Foods Association. We're going to lean into what's happening with plant-based at retail. These are the kind of topics we'll get into on site that hopefully will be really helpful to everybody when you're thinking about product innovation. And like you said, pitching to these retailers. How do you get face time?
And I think it's really useful for other buyers too, from other organizations, or especially maybe from smaller independents. Here's what Target's thinking about when they're looking for products, and and how do you maybe differentiate from that or capitalize on that?
And I wanted to build on what Victoria was talking about, because I'm really excited for what's off the show floor. This is something that I cannot wait for at Newtopia. So in addition to the CSU Spur community experience that we'll be doing with Naturally Boulder, and CSU on Sunday, we've also got a Meow Wolf experience. So if you have not heard of Meow Wolf, if you haven't been yet, I had a chance to go to Denver's Meow Wolf last year. So much fun. So if you have an opportunity to sign up for that event on Sunday afternoon, I definitely recommend it. It is an experience, and that is where I will leave it. You guys have to experience it for yourselves. And then also on Wednesday. So in addition to Yoga on the Rocks, you can get your yoga in, and then we've also got an Empowering Women in CPG brunch happening at Ophelia's downtown in Denver. This is an all-star panel. I cannot wait. If you haven't met or gotten to hear Kim Perrell speak before, she is a serial entrepreneur. She is so successful. She's amazing. She's also a co-founder of Junie's Adaptogenic Sparkling Teas. So if you're familiar with Junie, she has been instrumental in launching that brand and getting it off the ground with Jay Shetty and his wife. In addition, so she'll be keynoting at that event. Someone you don't want to miss. In addition, we're going to hear from Angie Rossi from Red's All Natural. And then we're also going to hear from Angela Martirano, who runs Orchid Holistic Search. So if you're trying to hire and bring in the best employees that meet your culture and match your product, like what you're putting out into the world, she's amazing. She'll be speaking. We'll also hear from Angela Bozo at Infra. And then also Holly Adrian, who is the former natural and organic strategy and innovation lead at Kroger. So if you want to hear from other women in the industry, learn from each other about how we can lift each other up and find success, that is going to be a fantastic brunch. And there's food. I mean, who doesn't love brunch? I love brunch.
Well, and what, and Bill was saying too, we also have Lori Rodriguez from UNFI, who's going to be talking about just the importance of having, diversity in your mix of brands that you're carrying and why that's so important in this day and age. So that's exciting. Now, okay, I want to ask you, Victoria, because we do for Expo West, we have our tips. And I'm just thinking people are coming to Denver. We got to hydrate, bring your water bottle. I don't know what shoes are we wearing in Colorado. Sunscreen, bring your sunscreen.
Definitely sunscreen. People do not realize how thin the air is up here, how much higher risk you are for sunburn, and also the altitude can cause problems for people who don't live here. Drinking a lot of water will help mitigate any altitude sickness, especially if you go to the mountains. You need to be drinking a lot of water. As my sister and I used to say, drink water until you can't drink anymore, and then drink some more.
So it's worth saying, too, Denver, what a great place for this. I mean, it happens to be our backyard, but I'm not going to promote it just for that reason. I grew up here, and I don't know if I would have recommended Denver 30 years ago. Over my lifetime, I've watched Denver transform into sort of an it city. So it's a really fun place to be. And great restaurants, all these like Meow Wolf and all these great things. So it's really cool stuff.
Also, lots of physical activity. We have bike paths all through Denver. We have places even in the suburbs to take walks, take bikes.
Right from the convention center.
Exactly.
That Cherry Creek path is right there. Yeah.
When I get on the river, I was just talking to someone about how easy it is to take your stand-up paddleboard backpack on airplanes. I hadn't considered this yet. Bring your sup. We'll get out in the water. I'll take you.
But come indoors too, okay?
Yeah. Come to the show.
Come to the show,
and then
hang out
go
with
out
us.
And play.
And it's a great time of year to be in Colorado. It's not too hot. It's not yet cold. The mountains will be just beautiful. It's a wonderful place to be.
Thanks so much for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you in Denver, August 25th through 28th at Newtopia Now. Until then,
see you next time
On Good Morning Newtopia Now.